This foreword emphasizes the importance of personal financial prosperity for the nation and individuals. It introduces a book focused on personal success achieved through effort and preparation. The book aims to provide insights for acquiring, managing, and growing wealth. It references ancient Babylon as a model of financial wisdom, highlighting the value of money and sound financial principles. The author expresses gratitude to those who have shared the book and acknowledges the endorsement of practical individuals who have applied its principles to achieve financial success. Ultimately, it underscores the desire for future financial security and prosperity. This text provides an historical sketch of Babylon, highlighting its remarkable achievements despite challenging natural conditions. It describes how Babylonians developed the city's resources, including irrigation systems and drainage, to create an agricultural paradise. The text also mentions the city's massive walls and its resilience against invaders throughout history. The Babylonians are portrayed as skilled in various arts, including sculpture, weaving, and metalworking, and as pioneers in finance and trade, having invented money, promissory notes, and written titles to property. The fall of Babylon to Cyrus is mentioned, leading to its eventual abandonment and desertion. Despite its physical decline, the wisdom of Babylon, especially regarding financial principles, is said to endure. The text concludes by emphasizing the timeless nature of the laws governing money, which remain relevant today as they did in ancient Babylon. This passage tells the story of Bansir, a chariot builder in Babylon, who is discontented with his financial situation. He dreams of wealth and questions why he and his friend, Kabi, work hard but remain poor. They discuss their desire for prosperity and decide to seek advice from their wealthy friend Arkad, who is rumored to be the richest man in Babylon. Bansir and Kabi also plan to bring other friends along on this journey to learn how to acquire income and achieve financial success. Their decision marks a turning point as they decide to actively seek knowledge and change their financial circumstances. In ancient Babylon, there lived a wealthy man named Arkad, known for his generosity and financial success. His friends, who were struggling financially, questioned why he had become so rich while they faced hardship. Arkad explained that his wealth came from understanding and following the principles of wealth building. He emphasized that fickle fate could either lead people to waste their wealth or become misers, and only a few could grow and enjoy their riches. Arkad decided to claim his share of life's pleasures through wealth accumulation. He began by learning about wealth building and decided to save a portion of his income. He shared the story of how a moneylender named Algamish taught him the importance of saving at least 1/10 of all earnings and making that savings work for him. Arkad diligently followed this advice, even when tempted to spend, and his wealth began to grow. Algamish returned periodically to check Arkad's progress. Over time, Arkad invested his savings wisely and learned to make his wealth work for him. When Algamish passed away, he made Arkad his heir due to his financial competence. Arkad's friends sought his advice, and he advised them to save a portion of their income, seek advice from knowledgeable sources, and make their wealth work for them. He stressed that the key was to consistently save and invest wisely. In the end, those who followed Arkad's advice and understood that a part of all you earn is yours to keep found success and financial security. In ancient Babylon, the king, Sargon, faced a problem where the city's prosperity declined after major construction projects were completed. The royal chancellor explained that the gold spent on these projects had ended up in the hands of a few wealthy individuals, leaving the majority struggling. The king sought a solution and asked who in the city knew best how to become wealthy. The chancellor mentioned Arkad, the richest man in Babylon. The king summoned Arkad and inquired about his wealth. Arkad explained that he became wealthy through knowledge and by taking advantage of opportunities available to everyone. He emphasized that anyone with a desire for wealth could achieve it. The king expressed his desire for Babylon to be a city of many wealthy people and proposed that Arkad teach his wealth-building knowledge to a school for teachers. These teachers would then educate others, spreading the wealth-building principles throughout the city. Arkad agreed and began teaching a class of 100 students the 7 cures for a lean purse that had made him wealthy. He promised to explain each of these cures over 7 days. This marked the beginning of Arkad's mission to share his wealth-building knowledge and empower others to improve their financial situations. Arkad, the wealthy man from Babylon, began teaching his wealth-building principles to a group of students. In his first lesson, he emphasized the importance of starting to build wealth by saving a portion of one's earnings. Arkad asked the students about their professions and pointed out that everyone had the opportunity to divert a portion of their income into their own purse to build their fortune. He illustrated this idea by talking to an egg merchant and explaining that if you put 10 eggs into a basket each morning and took out only 9 each evening, the basket would eventually overflow. Arkad then introduced the first remedy to cure a lean purse. For every 10 coins you earn, put 1 aside and spend only 9. He shared that when he began doing this, his purse started to fatten, and he found that he could get by just as well with only 9/10 of his earnings. Arkad also mentioned a strange truth that he didn't fully understand. When he stopped spending more than 9/10 of his earnings, he found that gold came to him more easily. He challenged his students to debate this principle and encouraged them to consider whether they desired short-term gratification or substantial wealth that could come from saving and investing a portion of their earnings. Arkad left them with this lesson to ponder until their next meeting. In the second lesson, Arkad discussed the importance of controlling one's expenditures to build wealth. He began by acknowledging that many students had asked how they could save 1/10 of their earnings when their incomes were barely enough to cover their necessary expenses. Arkad pointed out that people tend to let their expenses grow to match their incomes unless they consciously decide otherwise. He emphasized the distinction between necessary expenses and desires, noting that everyone has more desires than they can satisfy with their earnings. He encouraged the students to carefully examine their spending habits and identify areas where expenses could be reduced or eliminated. He advised them to engrave their spending intentions on clay tablets, separating necessary expenses from desires. They should budget their necessary expenses while excluding the desires that couldn't be accommodated within 9/10 of their income. One student protested, expressing concerns about feeling restricted by a budget. Arkad explained that the purpose of a budget was not to limit enjoyment but to help one's purse grow. He likened it to a pack ass that wouldn't carry unnecessary burdens like jewels and gold bars but would prioritize essentials like hay and water. Arkad concluded that the second cure for a lean purse was to budget expenses. By doing so, individuals could ensure they had enough money for necessities, enjoyments, and worthwhile desires without spending more than 9/10 of their earnings. The budget would act as a guide to control expenditures and plug any leaks in their purse, enabling them to save and invest wisely. In the third lesson, Arkad discussed the importance of making one's gold multiply through investments. He emphasized that while saving gold in a purse was a good start, it wouldn't generate additional wealth. To build a fortune, one must make their money work for them. Arkad shared his own experiences, starting with an unfortunate investment and later, a profitable one. He explained how he had lent money to a shield maker named Agar, who used it to buy bronze for his trade. Agar would repay the loan with a generous rental fee as he sold his shields. Arkad reinvested the rental income, compounding his wealth over time. Arkad stressed that a person's true wealth lay not in the coins they carried but in the income they generated. He described his journey from a few income sources to many, creating a constant stream of income that required minimal effort to maintain. To illustrate the power of compound interest, Arkad shared a story about a farmer who deposited 10 pieces of silver for his son, with the rental increasing every 4 years. When the son reached 50 years of age, the investment had grown almost 17 times. The third cure for a lean purse, according to Arkad, was to put each coin to work through investments that could reproduce and multiply the initial sum. This would create a stream of income that flowed continuously into one's purse, gradually building wealth over time. In the fourth lesson, Arkad emphasized the importance of guarding one's treasures from loss. He warned that misfortune often targets those with easily accessible wealth, so it's crucial to learn how to protect small amounts of money before handling larger sums. Arkad cautioned against being tempted by investment opportunities promising large returns, especially if they carry a risk of losing the principal amount. He advised against pursuing quick wealth and instead focusing on securing one's savings. He stressed the need for caution when lending money to others, advising people to thoroughly assess the borrower's ability and reputation for repayment. Arkad shared a personal story of losing his savings when he entrusted a brick maker to buy jewels, only to discover that the jewels were fake. This experience taught him the importance of due diligence and not entrusting one's money to inexperienced or unreliable individuals. Arkad recommended seeking advice from experienced individuals in handling money for profit, as their wisdom and guidance could be invaluable. Consulting with experts could help prevent potential losses and ensure that investments are safe and profitable. The fourth cure for a lean purse, according to Arkad, was to guard one's treasures from loss by investing in safe ventures, where the principal amount could be reclaimed if needed, and where a fair rental could be earned. Seeking advice from knowledgeable individuals was crucial to protect one's wealth from unsafe investments. In the fifth lesson, Arkad taught the importance of making one's dwelling a profitable investment. He emphasized that setting aside a portion of one's earnings for investment, while still maintaining a good quality of life, can help one's wealth grow more rapidly. Arkad pointed out that many people in Babylon live in subpar conditions, paying high rents to landlords for inadequate housing. He stressed the importance of providing a better living environment for one's family, including space for children to play and opportunities for a wife to cultivate a garden. He recommended that every man should aim to own his own home, as this not only provides a sense of pride and security but also reduces living expenses in the long run. Arkad mentioned that Babylon's expansion had created opportunities for purchasing land at reasonable prices, and money lenders were willing to assist those seeking homes. Arkad advised that individuals should save a portion of the necessary funds for their home and seek loans from money lenders to cover the remaining costs. Once the house was built, regular payments could be made to the money lender, reducing the debt over time. Eventually, the homeowner would fully own the property with only taxes to pay. Arkad highlighted the benefits of homeownership, including cost savings, better living conditions, and increased funds for personal enjoyment. He concluded that the fifth cure for a lean purse was to own one's own home, a valuable asset that could improve one's quality of life and financial stability. In the sixth lesson, Arkad emphasized the importance of ensuring a future income and making preparations for the later stages of life. He pointed out that every person's life follows a natural path from childhood to old age, and it is wise to plan for financial security in the future. Arkad advised that individuals who had acquired a surplus of wealth through their understanding of wealth building should consider how to safeguard their financial well-being in their later years. This included making provisions for their family's financial security in case they were no longer there to support them. He discussed various methods to achieve this financial security. 1. Hiding a secret treasure. Arkad discouraged this method, as even well-hidden treasures could become targets for thieves. 2. Investing in houses or lands. Purchasing property wisely could provide long-term value and earnings, ensuring financial stability in the future. 3. Loan investments. Arkad shared the example of a sandal maker named Anson, who regularly deposited small sums of money with a money lender. Over time, the interest earned on these deposits grew significantly. He encouraged this approach as a way to create a financial cushion for one's later years. Arkad also expressed his belief in the potential development of an insurance plan against death that would allow members to make small regular payments, providing financial security for their families in case of their passing. However, he acknowledged that such a plan did not exist in their time. In conclusion, Arkad stressed the importance of preparing for the financial needs of old age and ensuring the protection of one's family. He considered it a crucial step in guarding against a lean purse during retirement, or in the absence of the family's primary provider. In the seventh lesson, Arkad focused on the importance of increasing one's ability to earn and develop the mindset and skills necessary for financial success. He highlighted the following key points. 1. Desire and definiteness. Arkad stressed that desire is the starting point for accumulating wealth. However, these desires must be specific and well-defined. Vague or numerous desires are less likely to lead to success. Having a strong and clear desire for a specific amount of wealth can drive a person to achieve it. 2. Continuous learning and improvement. Arkad emphasized that a person's ability to earn can increase as they perfect their skills in their chosen profession. Learning more about one's craft, seeking to improve skills, and adopting best practices from experts in the field are essential for financial growth. 3. Effort and persistence. Arkad encouraged diligence and persistence in one's work. He shared his own experience as a scribe, noting that his dedication and increased productivity were rewarded with higher earnings. A strong work ethic and unwavering effort are vital for financial success. 4. Adaptation to change. Arkad acknowledged that the world is constantly changing, and individuals should stay at the forefront of progress in their chosen fields. Being open to innovation and staying up to date with industry trends can help one maintain and increase their income. 5. Financial responsibility. Arkad highlighted the importance of financial responsibility, including paying debts promptly, taking care of one's family, making a will, and helping those in need within reasonable limits. Responsible financial behavior contributes to a person's reputation and stability. In conclusion, Arkad emphasized that individuals should cultivate their abilities, seek self-improvement, and maintain a strong desire for wealth with clear goals in mind. He believed that anyone who followed these principles could prosper and accumulate wealth. Ultimately, Arkad encouraged his students to go forth, apply these truths, and share them with others so that everyone in Babylon could enjoy the city's abundant wealth. The passage discusses the universal desire for good luck and the quest to understand how to attract it. It presents a gathering in ancient Babylon, where individuals share stories of how they missed opportunities due to procrastination. The main points and lessons from the discussion are as follows. 1. Procrastination versus action. The central theme revolves around procrastination and how it can cause individuals to miss out on opportunities that could bring them good luck. The speakers in the gathering shared stories of opportunities they passed up due to hesitation. 2. Prompt action. The importance of taking immediate action when a favorable opportunity arises is emphasized. Delaying decisions and action can lead to missed chances for success. 3. Learning from mistakes. The stories shared illustrate how individuals learn from their mistakes and recognize the negative impact of procrastination on their lives. They resolve to overcome this habit. 4. Conquering procrastination. Overcoming the habit of procrastination is crucial for achieving success. Recognizing it as an enemy to one's goals and taking decisive steps to conquer it is advised. 5. Attracting good luck. The discussion concludes that good luck often follows opportunity, and those who actively seize opportunities tend to attract the favor of the goddess of good luck. Action is seen as a key factor in attracting good fortune. Overall, the passage underscores the importance of seizing opportunities promptly, learning from past mistakes, and conquering procrastination to invite good luck and success into one's life. In the 5 Laws of Gold, Calabab tells a story of Namasir, who learned valuable lessons about wealth from his father, Arkad, the richest man in Babylon. Namasir received a bag of gold and a clay tablet with 5 laws of gold from his father. However, he initially lost his wealth due to inexperience and poor decisions. Namasir later realized the importance of these lessons and began saving and investing his money wisely, following the 5 laws of gold. Over time, he regained his wealth and even exceeded it. The 5 laws of gold are: 1. Save at least 1/10 of your earnings to create an estate for your future. 2. Make your gold work for you by investing it wisely. 3. Seek guidance from experienced and knowledgeable people when investing your gold. 4. Avoid investing in ventures you don't understand or that are not approved by experts. 5. Don't chase unrealistic or risky investment opportunities. Be cautious with your wealth. Namasir's success demonstrated that following these laws could lead to prosperity, emphasizing the value of wisdom and prudent financial management over mere accumulation of gold. The passage describes the first 5 laws of gold as imparted by Arkad to his audience. These laws emphasize principles for accumulating and wisely managing wealth. 1. The first law of gold. Saving 1/10 of earnings consistently to create an estate for the future and provide security for one's family. The more one saves and invests wisely, the more gold accumulates. 2. The second law of gold. Gold is eager to multiply and work diligently for the wise owner who finds profitable uses for it. Over time, gold multiplies itself as it is invested wisely. 3. The third law of gold. Cautious and wise ownership attracts gold, while careless ownership repels it. Seeking advice from those experienced in handling gold helps protect and grow one's wealth. 4. The fourth law of gold. Gold slips away from those who invested in unfamiliar or risky ventures. Inexperienced owners should seek advice from skilled individuals in gold management. 5. The fifth law of gold. Gold escapes from those who pursue unrealistic earnings or fall for tricksters and risky schemes. Wise individuals avoid being lured into risky investments and heed the advice of knowledgeable experts. The passage also stresses the importance of these laws in achieving financial success, and it encourages individuals to use these principles to secure their wealth and build a prosperous future. Arkad's story highlights the value of wisdom and prudent financial management over the mere accumulation of gold. In The Gold Lender of Babylon, the story revolves around Rodin, who receives 50 pieces of gold as a gift from the king. He seeks advice from Mathon, an experienced gold lender, on whether he should lend the gold to his sister's husband. Mathon imparts valuable lessons on lending and managing gold. 1. Consider safety first. Mathon advises Rodin to prioritize the safety of his gold. He cautions against entrusting it to others who might not have the knowledge or ability to safeguard it. 2. Seek wise investment. Mathon suggests that Rodin should aim to make his gold earn more by lending it to reliable borrowers or investing it in established enterprises rather than pursuing high-risk, impractical schemes. 3. Beware of unrealistic promises. He warns against being swayed by extravagant promises of quick, unrealistic earnings, emphasizing the importance of conservative and dependable investment. 4. Though the borrower. Mathon stresses the importance of understanding the borrower's purpose and ability to repay. He advises Rodin to lend to those who have the capacity to make profitable use of the gold. 5. Learn from token chest stories. Mathon shares stories from his token chest, which contain tokens from borrowers and serve as lessons in the risks and rewards of lending. The stories illustrate the consequences of lending to those who lack experience or security. 6. Exercise caution and discretion. Mathon urges Rodden to be cautious, exercise discretion, and avoid risky ventures. He encourages Rodden to prioritize the safe return of his gold over extravagant earnings. In the end, Mathon carves the lesson better a little caution than a great regret beneath the lid of his token chest, emphasizing the importance of prudent financial decisions. The story underscores the value of wisdom and careful consideration when dealing with wealth and lending. The Walls of Babylon tells the story of Old Banzar, a warrior guarding the passageway to the ancient walls of Babylon during a fierce attack by the Assyrian armies. The fate of Babylon and its citizens hangs in the balance as the defenders on the walls battle valiantly to protect the city. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the defenders use various tactics, such as arrows, burning oil, and spears to repel the attackers. Throughout the story, frightened citizens approach Old Banzar, seeking reassurance about the safety of their loved ones and possessions. He repeatedly assures them that the walls of Babylon are strong and will protect them from harm. The citizens are relieved by his words and encouraged to believe in the city's defenses. The story underscores the importance of protection and security in the face of adversity. It emphasizes that the walls of Babylon symbolize the need for safety and safeguarding one's assets. The citizens of Babylon find solace in the idea that they are protected by these strong walls. The story concludes with a celebration of victory as the attacking armies retreat, and the citizens of Babylon rejoice in the security provided by their city's walls. It then draws a parallel to modern times, suggesting that today's protection comes in the form of insurance, savings, and investments, highlighting the continued importance of safeguarding one's assets and well-being. In essence, The Walls of Babylon delivers a timeless message about the human need for protection and the importance of ensuring one's security in various aspects of life. The Camel Trader of Babylon tells the story of Tarkat, a young man who finds himself starving and penniless in Babylon after a series of poor decisions. He encounters Dabasir, a camel trader, who confronts him about unpaid debts and challenges him to determine whether he has the soul of a slave or a free man. Tarkat reflects on his past actions and realizes the consequences of his irresponsible behavior. He decides to embrace the soul of a free man and make amends for his debts. With newfound determination, he sets out to repay every copper and piece of silver he owes. Dabasir's tale emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility, self-respect, and the power of determination to overcome challenges. Tarkat's transformation from a desperate runaway to an honorable man who takes control of his life serves as a lesson on the ability to change one's circumstances through perseverance and a change in mindset. The story concludes with Dabasir and Tarkat sharing a meal, symbolizing the beginning of a new chapter in Tarkat's life, marked by his commitment to repay his debts and regain his honor. The central message of the story is that where the determination is, the way can be found, highlighting the idea that with determination and the right mindset, individuals can overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. In 1934, Professor Franklin Caldwell received 5 clay tablets from an excavation in Babylon, leading him to a profound revelation. These tablets contain the story of Dabasir, a former slave who aimed to pay off his debts and attain financial success. Dabasir's plan consisted of 3 key principles. 1. Savings. Dabasir resolved to set aside 1/10 of his earnings for his personal savings, following the wisdom that having some savings fosters love for one's family and loyalty to one's king. 2. Support for family. He allocated 7/10 of his income to support his family, ensuring their well-being. This provided him with self-respect and determination. 3. Debt repayment. Dabasir committed to using 2/10 of his earnings to pay off his debts fairly and honorably, listing his creditors and the amounts owed. Over time, Dabasir diligently followed his plan, consistently setting aside portions of his income for savings, family support, and debt repayment. He gradually reduced his indebtedness, earned a surplus, and gained financial independence. Eventually, he celebrated his debt-free status and the success of his plan. Inspired by Dabasir's story, Professor Caldwell and his wife decided to apply this financial strategy to their own lives. They confronted their debts, negotiated with creditors, and committed to living within their means. By following Dabasir's plan, they managed to pay off their debts, save money, and invest wisely, ultimately achieving financial security and freedom. In the end, they express their gratitude to Dabasir, recognizing his ancient wisdom as a timeless lesson that can help anyone escape the cycle of debt and achieve financial independence. The story The Luckiest Man in Babylon tells of Sharunada, a successful merchant from Babylon, who reflects on his life's journey and shares his wisdom with Hadan Gula, his partner's grandson. Sharunada's journey involves hardships, challenges, and a period of slavery. He emphasizes the value of hard work and how it ultimately led to his success and freedom. In particular, Sharunada highlights the transformative power of work. He describes how he turned his situation around as a slave by working diligently, saving money, and eventually buying his freedom. He contrasts this with other slaves who tried to avoid work and found themselves in miserable situations. The story also reveals that Sharunada's partner, Arad Gula, was once a slave but became a successful merchant in Damascus through his hard work and the inspiration he drew from Sharunada's work ethic. The core message of the story is that work is not just for slaves but is a path to success and freedom for anyone willing to put in the effort. It stresses the importance of a strong work ethic and how it can lead to prosperity, happiness, and the achievement of one's goals.